What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why you aren't putting on any weight. I'll be right back. So, one of my specialties is working with what we call hard gainers. And these are people who have a hard time putting on weight. And believe it or not, here I am, B-Rob, 6'5", 300, a little over 300 pounds. And I actually was a hard gainer, and I still think I kind of am. You know, if I can change some things up and drop some fat and some weight pretty quickly. Okay, so hard gainers are my specialty, and so I decided to make this video to have for you hard gainers, or you guys that are trying to maybe increase in your weight to get to the next level. So you may not particularly be a hard gainer, but I think this information can still work for you. And if you're neither one and you're watching this video because you're a fan of B-Rob, I really appreciate it. But there's going to be some jewels in here that you can take from it too. And as always, if any of you guys need help, just reach out to me and I can help you out virtually now. So I can train you virtually, or I could give you a program virtually. We can figure that out. But anyways, you could reach out to me here in the comment section, or go to thisisbrob.com, or DM me on Instagram or social media, Facebook, whatever, to get to me and we could talk about it, okay? So let me go ahead and get into it. 3 reasons why you probably aren't putting on weight. And reason number 1 is, sounds so simple, but you are probably just not eating enough. Yeah, I know. So check this out. Every time I talk with a hard gainer and, you know, we're talking because they want me to coach them or things like that, it's always like, you know, for the most part, it's always, hey, I eat a lot of food. But when we start digging in, we realize, and it's not their fault, that's why you're hiring me, is when we start digging in, we realize that it might be a lot of food at certain times, but it really comes down to these 3 things. And these are the 3 things that I try to make sure that I coach over and over to clients of mine, is it comes down to the quality, the quantity, and the frequency. So it's those 3 things. And so what I mean by that is, of course, we want good things coming in, because I like to treat my clients like they're exotic cars or high-end cars, right? And what that means is you don't put cheap gas on them. So what we want to do is we want to try to make sure you're getting quality food that's coming in, right? But then we want to make sure we get the right quantities for your goals too. And so there's not like really no magic number that I can give you right now, because you might be watching this, you might be 150 pounds and you really want to get to 200 pounds. Well, that's going to look a little different. Or you might be 200 pounds and you want to get to 250 or 300 pounds. Well, that's going to look different than the 150 pound guy. Or you might be 300 pounds and for some reason you want to get 350. That's not me, but I'm just saying you might be that guy or gal, right? So what I want to do is I want to make sure that you understand that there are these 3 things that I coach, and those 3 things are quality, quantity, and frequency. And so when people are coming to me and they kind of don't really want to gain any more weight, they may want more muscle mass, but they don't want to gain weight, and I still pretty much use the same frequency. So what we do is we still stick with the quality, but the quantity we alter a little bit, but the frequency is about the same also. So I usually put people on 5 or 6 meals a day, right? But what those meals look like from a macronutrient standpoint is going to be different. All right, so it comes down to, you probably aren't eating enough, and you're not eating the right stuff, and you're not eating frequently enough to support gaining the muscle mass that you want to put on the weight, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is that you aren't doing the right exercises or the right workout to gain mass. And yes, there is strength training. There's a right way to do it to where you can gain mass. A lot of people think it's a lot of heavy weight, low reps. Yeah, it can be. It might be for some, but that doesn't mean it's that for everybody. So I actually don't always do high weight, low reps. I actually also do high weight and high reps, all right? Or really challenging weight and high reps. And then sometimes I do high weight and low reps, okay? So it's a bunch of different things, but the thing that I bring to the table is I have a proven system that works for it. It's thought out, and if it's hard up for people to get up front because you're like, that's all that I do. But when you give it time, along with the food, the way that you should eat, it works. It's worked for me. It's worked for many different workout partners that I've had throughout the years. And so there is a right way to work out, which is number two, right way to work out in order to gain mass. A lot of people just think eat and just go to the gym. Well, are you really resting enough time? I like to give 72 hours before my chest and my shoulder day because I use some of the same muscles. And then there's some other things in there that I like to train. Basically, the whole body gets trained, but each gets its own focus. And so what happens is all that together comes together, and it makes a one whole package, kind of like Voltron for some of you guys who know what that is, right? So anyways, number two is you're not doing the right workout for you. That's meant for you. And I would say that my workout is for you. I think it is because I've had many different people through it and it's worked. But one thing that I have to tell you is you got to have the right mindset to do it. And not everybody has that mindset, so it won't work for them, right? So, and that's the same thing with the eating. You know, if you're not going to eat the things that you need to eat, then it's not going to work for you, right? So you got to have the mindset. So number one, just to rehash, is that you're not eating enough, and you're not eating the quality, the quantity, and the frequency. And number two is you're not doing the right workout to support your weight gain. So number three is you're doing too much cardio. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying cardio is bad. Cardio has its advantages. You need a good system, oxygen coming in. It's kind of like the intake on a car, on like a muscle car, right? You got to have that air, that oxygen coming in, mixes with the gas, right? And it causes this awesome explosion, and it makes the muscle car go, right? So you're kind of work the same way. So cardio is important because you gotta have that air coming in, mixes with the glucose in your muscles, and it makes the energy that your muscles use to do the workout, to lift the heavy weights for the multiple reps so that you can get bigger. All right. So, but there's a lot of people that do too much cardio, and basically you're doing a whole lot of basketball, tennis, baseball, softball, whatever. And you got to just rest some, maybe cut back a little bit if your goal is to gain weight. It's just what it is, right? So just to rehash, bring it all back around, is number one is that you're not eating enough. Number two is you're not doing the right workout. And number three is you're doing too much cardio, right? So you gotta tailor it back a little bit, all right? So hopefully this video helped you guys. I wanted to make this video because I think it's very important. Get this question a lot. How can I gain more muscle mass? And really, before you can do any of the three of these things, you got to have the right mindset. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was trying to go from 185 at 6'5", I'm 6'5". When I was trying to go from 185, my goal then was to get 250, and I did it. But in order to do it, I had to fix my mindset, and I had to tell myself, I'm going to eat. And there was times I did not want to eat another chicken breast with rice and a sweet potato, or I didn't want to eat all this salmon when everybody else is eating cheeseburgers and chicken tenders and things like that and French fries. I just didn't want to do it, but I had to do it because I had a goal, and I had to set my mind to get that goal no matter what. So you have to do the same thing, or none of this will work. All right. So thank you for tuning in. This is B-Rob. And please like, share, subscribe, comment. And if you need me to help you, you go ahead and leave a comment. But follow me on Instagram, and that should be popping up. But also feel free to contact me through any of the social media channels. But thank you for tuning in. And hopefully you enjoyed this and it helps you. This is B-Rob.